Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. We're out here in the evening doing this stuff so we can have fun with this. We got this for $15. What a toy. Got it at Home Depot. They had snowflakes, Santa Claus. That's what I wanted. Something I can play with all year round. These different shaped stars. We're going to whip you up here to the ceiling. Or over there on the wall. That'll work. I had this in the house having fun with it sitting in a chair. Because here's your spike goes in the ground, I can just hang on to it. You just plug it in, there's no on and off switch. Now, if I shine this across the street to the neighbors, it will be, the green star will be as big as their garage door. So, you go to like the distance of your yard, they get bigger and bigger. And of course, you shine it down a desk like when I first started. Try to get a little more distance. Can't see it better like that. But I'll be playing with this toy. Put it out July 4th. Yeah, like I said, they had snowflakes and stuff like that. And I wanted something for my money. I wanted something I could use anytime. So this is kind of like, you know, July 4th type. You got stars. So you could turn it and make the red go that direction. I kind of like it this way. I can aim it. I use the red one to aim it. So that I can get way back across the yard. It gets bigger. The green star will be about, I guess about 8 foot tall. But it was getting pretty blurry that far away. So we'll bring you back down here on the desk again. The light don't blow it out. You can see how small they are. You go on the desk. Okay, stay tuned. We got a couple little experiments we're going to do. We're going to show you how a little temperature thing out of the heater to where when it gets hot there's less resistance. It'll make the bulb or LED grow brighter, and then we'll show you that circuit board out of it. And I'll put a warning in there right now. Again, don't be doing that stuff like I do. Play with electric stuff and getting shocked and trying to copy what I do, then blame it on me if you fry something. But I wish I'd show up better. It don't show up on camera as good as it does here when you get way down here. But stay tuned. I could sit here and do this all day long, play with this toy. I should take it out in the yard and show you what it does, but don't want to irritate the neighbors by shining in their windows or something. But I may take a film clip at night, shining on the side of the house or something, so you can see actually how big it is. So stay tuned. We don't want this to be a real long video this time, but we want to get some good content in there. Okay. This comes out of electric heaters and other things. Little temperature probe. My meter has one that checks temperature. Okay, this one kind of works the opposite. Okay, the hotter this gets, the less resistance it has. Okay, so if I heat this up, this LED is barely glowing. Okay, if I heat this up on the candle here, it'll be less resistance, which will make the LED brighter. That's just like a coin cell type battery. I've got the alligator clips. I got tape on the side so it contacts the other side. I don't know if you can understand what I mean there. See, it'll contact there but not here. Just something I rigged up real quick. Okay, we're going to get the lamp out of the way. We'll move this out of the light, and we will put this in the flame here. You'll see how the LED gets brighter. Then we take it away, burn insulation on it. I got 2 of these, so if I ruin one, it won't matter as much. I should have had some cold water out here to stick that cold water to make it dimmer again. But you did see it on camera. We'll try it one more time. So you could rig this up on something to tell when it's getting warmer that the light would get brighter. It's kind of like a heat gauge in a car. The setting in it, like in my truck, the hotter it gets, the less resistance, means the gauge can go more towards full. Catching the thing on fire again over there. Okay, enough of that little trick. Just something I rigged up just with whatever stuff I had laying around here. And I do have two of these. There's one where the air comes into the heater and one where the heat comes out. And they both do the same thing. So I'm sure they make them the opposite. It seems to me the opposite of the actual temperature probe that goes in my meter. Does the opposite effect there. So enough of that little experiment. Don't want to spend too many minutes on that. Just thought I'd show that. Just something I was playing with here that I might be able to use these for something. Stay tuned and we'll figure out something else to do. Okay, this is the circuit board out of that heater I was working on in the video where I had the blower going. And I figured out how the heating elements work. Okay. Let's just get this yellow wire out of the way. Okay. The cord coming in goes right to the element. Okay, it's hooked direct to the element. Obviously, so it gets straight power to it. And what it does is, these two wires right here, okay, and this wire I'll go to the element also. Okay, these are two relays, okay. Now we're going to flip this over, and the white wire comes down here and goes on one side of the relays, and then here's the output. Okay, so all I had to do was hook. Blue was hot, was high temperature, green was low. So that's all I had to do. Don't do this stuff if you're scared of electricity or don't know what you're doing. I mean, I know I'm experimenting, but just don't do this stuff and hurt yourself, get shocked, and then I'm in trouble for it. But I thought I'd show some of the stuff on here. Here's a little beeper. I've already broke a little LED off there, and I took the red one I used in the other experiment off. Here's some of the goodies you can get off. You get some of these little push button switches. This is some kind of a temperature thing or thermo. I don't know what this is. I have to look this stuff up. I'm not an electronic genius. I have a book somewhere, but it's probably outdated. I used to look up parts out of old radios, and I'd cross-reference it to that company's part. It was an ECG manual, I think was the name of it. It was a local company here where I could go to the city and they could get the part I want. I just gave them the number out of the catalog, and you get chips and all kinds of parts for radio, CBs and stuff. So things I didn't know what it was, I'd look it up and it'd tell you, it'd show the diagram, the wiring pins, or the, where to check for voltage and all that other good stuff. So I'm limited on what I know about electronics. But here's where these probes went. That's about enough for that. Here's where your temperature was. I mean, a lot of stuff can be reused. You can take it out and put in something else, but it'll just go into a junk pile. I really don't like how to use solder as a path instead of an actual piece of wire or something. That's just a big thing of solder. I really don't like that idea. Down here is where it would switch. All this stuff is what would switch. Use low voltage. How relay works is you kick in low voltage. When you wire big lights like fog lights on a vehicle, you have a relay. You're hooking the relay straight to your battery, okay? Then you're taking a toggle switch with 12 volts and you're just switching it. So it takes less amperage, you're just clicking the relay on, and then the full current from the battery goes through the relays straight off the battery. Because don't run fog lights off the battery through a toggle switch. They have to go through a big relay. Cars have relays for headlights, all kinds of heavy duty stuff. So show that one more time, that's how it works. Both these are on here, which would be kind of like a ground or one side, neutral, some people probably call it, whatever name they call it. So you see how it came in. Came into there. With the white. And went back to one side of the boxes there. And then this would have been your other ones. So enough of that. let's think of something else. We spent too much on that, but I just thought I'd show some of the goodies you can get out of something. If it's in the garbage, rip it apart, take what you want, throw the rest back in the garbage. I've gotten a lot of parts that way over the years, so enough of that. We'll think of something else here. It is in the evening when I'm doing this because I want to do that light experiment when it was kind of dark in here, so stay tuned. We'll think of some other little thing to add to the video here today. Show you how I hooked this up. LEDs have a hot side and a negative side, cathode and an anode. You can research that if you've never played with LEDs. So this is just a coin cell type battery. See where I put the tape where it only contacts on this side, which this side's the positive. Usually with the writing it'll say plus. So I put the tape there, so it only contacts here. And you can get these out of old calculators. Some of them solar powered calculators also have a battery. If it don't work, rip it apart before you throw it away and take the battery out. 3 volts. Most LEDs are about 3 volts. You're always using resistors and stuff. There's formulas online. I've looked it up once before and I've got it wrote down somewhere. If you want to hook one up to 12 volts, what size resistor to use, 6 volts, etc. But this way to test them to make sure they work. Some of you can look inside and tell which is hot, which is the ground side by the shape of it. This one's kind of odd. It seems backwards to me, but I thought I'd just show that. Just a way to test them. So this came out of that heater control. This was your main power one. We looked at the heater. Blow out the camera here. You can tell we're bored. We're looking for content here, but we might get a little more interesting as winter time goes on. There you go. That's the last thing for today there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Hope this wasn't too boring or too scientific there. It's just some of the things I do in the wintertime because it's cold and I can work at the desk over here and do little projects. I need to build a radio or something, make a video on the whole process of it. But thanks again for watching. I should make little Christmas toys or something. There's all kinds of little kits out there, but I want to maybe make a radio. So thanks again. We're out of here.